who are already drunk, my performance tonight will be in double vision.
Yeah!
And in case any of you sitting in the front row, I'm also being taped in 3D. It's like you're actually in a club. So dating's a little bit awkward. Especially for kids of today. I mean, you know, back when I started, all I had to worry about is if I brought a girl home, there might be a couple embarrassing bath time photos tucked away in like a family album. Thanks, Mom. Now, kids have to deal with a 247 picture photo shoot naked from every angle on Facebook. Not so much. But I mean, one of my friends talked to me, he's like, listen man, you know, you should look into this online dating thing. I figured, all right, I'd take a look at it. You know, the youngest birth year you can pick on Match.com is 2008. Is the dating scene that bad for 2-year-olds? Or are cougars just getting more desperate? So I was looking through a couple of these different girls' profiles, and I saw, and like, this girl actually put down, literally, not kidding, put down, no psychos please. Who is this deterring? Ladies, all I'm saying is, you know, don't say you can't meet a good guy if you're not willing to go online. You'll scour the internet for hours to find the perfect pair of shoes, but a life mate, I'll just pick from whatever idiot happens to cross my line of sight. You know we don't have any sexual Carfax reports? This seems like something we should be working on. Take online dating to a whole new level. Like, oh, that girl looks nice, but let me see the Barfax. What is the world coming to? Mostly internet porn. But have you guys seen the ads for this new Facebook movie? There is a Facebook movie now. I have this overwhelming fear that my tombstone is going to have a like button on it. The original Dawn of the Dead movies, you know, had zombies in a mall as a comment on consumerism. Now they have to show millions of zombies on Facebook. Like. Thumbs up. Yeah, but you know, we take our technology everywhere. We have in the BlackBerry phone. I don't know if any of you have seen this commercial, but they have a commercial where there's a heavily pregnant woman texting while giving birth. All right? And all I'm saying is, if you're going to show that in your commercial, you might want to rethink your name, Virgin Mobile. We love, in LA, we love our phones, we love our texting, we love our driving and texting, and LA is a transportation city. It's very important. What you drive says a lot about you. You know, if you drive a Prius, it says you care about the earth. You ride a bicycle, it says you really care about the earth. If you take the bus, it says you're probably not white. We all have our cars, we have our GPS. Take MapQuest. Can probably start their directions on number 5. I'm pretty sure I know how to get out of my own neighborhood. But, you know, I put on the GPS, and I don't know about you guys, but I feel like my GPS, very optimistic. You know, I'm like, okay, let me get to the Comedy Store tonight. Just like, your estimated time of arrival, 7 minutes in LA. Really? Have you ever driven here before? What I'd like to see, though, is, you know, I love when technology is used to its fullest, and I feel OnStar has a lot of untapped potential. I want you to think about, what if OnStar offered phone sex? All right? Hello, OnStar, how do I get to Vine Street? Make it sexy. Okay. First, you go all the way down on Jefferson. Yeah, drive just like that. Now I want you to make a right. Now speed up a little, slow down. Make a left, make a right, right here, right now. You're getting closer, you have come to your destination! Thank you for using OnStar. Or maybe I just spend too much time in my car. It only takes me 7 minutes to get there, right? But now, you know, again, you probably heard Cousin Russ say, I also work as a doctor. If anybody laughed, it probably just meant that they worked with me. And you see a lot of people. I don't know if any of you have ever had to go to an emergency room before. It's, you know, it's not a pleasant experience, but usually it's pretty standard. The first thing you'll do is they'll send you into a room, and a nurse will ask you a couple basic questions: your name, your address, why you're coming to the hospital, you know, basically so I have a little cheat sheet, because I show up and people have this expectation, like, you know, I can walk in with my special doctor vision, like, cold, diarrhea, oh I gotta go take this page, sorry. But you know, you go in, and I was walking by this room the other day just listening to one of the nurses talk to somebody. It was a large black woman, seemed very nice, but I just couldn't help overhearing their conversation. Nurse walks in, she's like, okay, and what's your street name? And one was like, I go by Shanice. The nurse took it in stride. She's like, all right, Shanice, let's move on. What's your blood type? I'm a creep, motherfucker! But you know, you see, like I said, you see a lot of different people at the hospital. I had one gentleman came in, you know, I tried to help him. I had seen him a few months earlier, tried to get him to stop smoking, offered him the nicotine patch. He came back, I'm like, hey, you know, how you doing, buddy? How's the smoking thing going? Is it working out? He's like, well, I gotta tell you, doc, you know, I don't really think those patches you gave me work. I'm still smoking and now my left eye is infected. He was wearing a nicotine eye patch. Now, if that wasn't funny enough, you have to realize that the last time I had seen him was about 3 months before. I mean, he'd been walking around for a quarter of a year with a nicotine patch on his eye, and nobody had said shit to him. None of you! Sir, what's your name? If you were walking down the street and you saw a guy with a nicotine patch over his eye, what are you thinking? Are you gonna mention it? See? This is why this poor guy's walking around and can't get off cigarettes. Then there was a charming couple, came in there because their birth control pills were failing. Turns out they had been making the wife sick, so she made her husband start taking them. Now they're having a kid. Another guy came in, which, you know, guys, I'm already sorry in advance, I have to tell you about this. He had found a needle, injected about 500 milliliters, that's roughly a cup of water, directly into his scrotum. The reason? To see what it felt like to have big balls. The answer? Slushy. But my all-time favorite, I saw one young lady come in, Spanish speaking only, so the rest of this joke will be dubbed. And she came in and she was pregnant, and I walked in and, are you aware that you're pregnant? I never say congratulations anymore. Sometimes it's a surprise, it's not always a pleasant one. It's always, were you aware that you're pregnant? And she's like, no, I couldn't be. You know, I'm on birth control. I'm like, well, it's not 100% effective, but what do you use? The pill, the patch, the shots, what? She's like, I use No Mas baby wipes. And I'm like, I'm not familiar with that method of birth control. Where did you get it? And she's like, how does it work? She's like, oh, well, it's very simple. You know, after sex, you just take one of these wipes and you wipe the babies away. Like, that is fucking genius! Where do you... God damn! Mexico is light years ahead of us! How do they have so many kids? Where did you find this? She's like, here. I'm like, here? We have it in Southern California? She's like, no, here in this hospital. I'm like, what? We don't have anything like that. Start looking in like cabinets and shit. No Mas baby wipes here. I'm like asking nurses, you heard of No Mas baby wipes? Looking around, I'm like, oh no. I turn and I see an isolation cart. I'm like, oh no, don't let. And I walk over and I pick up the bottle of Clorox wipes. And I look at the top, it has a picture of a baby with a big red circle. And a line through it. And a sign that says, not for use on children. And I bring it over to her and I ask, is this what you've been using? And she says, sí, no más bebés. All true.